My name is Kai and this is my tutorial on how to play Peacetime Resistance by the Kings of Convenience. The song is written in B minor and uses a meter of 4/4. And here are the chords for the viola part. E minor 7, F sharp minor 7, G major 7, and A7. All the chords use familiar voicings, but this time we're using more of a array-like shape to also get the bass part right. Just on a side note, Irik's playing really reminds me of Latin American comping, like bossa nova style playing, with this clave in his right hand and so on. I'm also thinking about making a little lesson on this bossa nova style playing of Irik. If you're interested in that, let me know in the comments below. Anyways, so your right hand thumb should go like this. Basically, you play the roots and fifths in half notes in addition to syncopating the first beat on every second bar and adding an eighth ghost note before every third beat. Moving on to the chords. If you're familiar with the basic bossa nova pattern, this will help, since you're only leaving out the second hit and shifting the last hit closer to the third beat. Please note that a bossa nova pattern is usually written in 2/4, which has a little bit of a different feel. This song I feel like is more written in 4/4 because of the clear backbeat on 2 and 4. So the first bar goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Start with your thumb and fingers together on the first beat. Hit the chord again after you're done with your bass on the third offbeat. And the second bar goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Syncopate the first beat with both your fingers and thumb. 2, 3. Followed by another hit with your fingers on the first offbeat. The second half is identical to the first bar with another hit on the third offbeat. So much for your right hand. This basic pattern is pretty much used throughout the whole song, except for the B part, but more on that later.
Feeling the comfort of eyes, your soul intention. We all wanna be understood unconditionally, but you have to realize that if you are it's distance, and the moment your wall melts down, the inside is outside.
When we transition to the verse, you're starting with the B minor 7 chord on the second fret. Chords with their root on the A string alternate their bass with the fifth below instead with the fifth above. So this time we are alternating on the same fret but with the bass on the low E string. So the chords for the verse go like this. 1 bar of B minor 7, 2 bars of E minor 7, and 1 bar A7, this time played as an open chord. At the end of each verse, change the last 2 chords to G major 7 and A7, just like in the first part, so that we can transition to the viola part. After the second verse, we go into the B part, which goes like this. We start with an E6/9 chord, followed by a D sharp minor 7, F sharp major, and G sharp minor 9. Again, the shapes Irik's using are typical jazz or Latin voicings you might already be familiar with. Oh, by the way, if you want tabs for the song to follow along with the chords and all the patterns I'm showing you, you can like the videos, subscribe to the channel, send me a message, and I can send you tabs for the song. Okay, so what happened here in the B part? We modulated to B major, starting on the 4 chord, E6-9, then going down to the 3 chord, which is the D sharp minor 7, followed by the 5 chord, the F sharp major, and ending on the parallel minor, G sharp minor 9. At the end of our B part, we stay on the F sharp major to smoothly transition to our 1 chord again, the B minor. Did you like and enjoy these short little harmony analysis? If you did, let me know in the comments below. The following interlude uses the same melody as in the intro, this time played over the verse chords. After that, we keep on playing the same chords over this beautiful harmony part from Irik and Erland, ending the song in B minor 7. Now, as for Erland's part, the intro melody has 2 voices. The upper voice starts on the 12th fret on the E string, then 10th and 12th fret on the B string, and followed by the 7th fret. The second half of the melody starts where we left off, 7th fret on the B string, followed by the 12th and 5th fret. The second voice starts on the 11th fret on the G string, the 9th fret D string, followed by the 11th and 7th fret, same string. The second half starts where we left off again, 7th fret D string, then 11th fret, back to the 7th, and then we jump to the 6th fret on the G string. After the intro, after the melody, and when we enter the song, you can play these harmonics to enter the song, just like Erland. In the background, during the verse, Erland plays, as always, some additional chords to, make the harmonies a little bit more rich. In the first verse, he only adds 1 voicing, which is a B minor 7 voicing without the root, like this. For the second verse, he starts on the A string and ending on the G string, which is, by the way, if Irik would not play the B as a lowest note, Erland is playing a D major chord. Here, Erland is playing his signature motif in his right hand, which is a 3-note upward motif that restarts on the first beat of every bar. Chord-wise, he's playing another harmonic layer on top of the existing chords. I find the 6th fret most comfortable, but he sometimes, in some live gigs, he plays it up high on the 12th fret as well, so give that a try as well. He plays the E major 9 like this, followed by the D sharp minor 7, both without the root. Then he only stretches his little finger for the F sharp, but the upper strings stay the same for the F sharp major chord, and for the G sharp minor 9, we simply go back to the G sharp for our lowest note, making it a G sharp minor 7 if you only consider Erland's part. As already mentioned before, the following instrumental part combines the melody from the intro and the verse chords. Simply end it with these 2 chords. 7th fret on the D and G string, and open B string for the first chord, and 11th fret D string, 9th fret G string, and open B string for the last chord.
But they disappear when blended.
this point, Erlen's part is quite difficult to grasp 100%. I incorporated the viola melody, so you can play this with 2 guitars in a duet. In the studio recording, Erlen is playing something a little bit different. When they played in a duet, Erlen is playing also something quite similar to the viola part, but he's also mixing it with what he's playing on the record. I'm really trying to stay as close to the studio recording as possible, but I find it's really lacking something if you don't play the viola melody somehow. Similar to the bridge section, we play a 3-note motif. This time it repeats every 2 bars. Play the melody with your thumb and play the B and E string with your 1st and 2nd finger. Stay on the note B for the first 3 bars, and then move on up to the C sharp for the 4th bar. Now repeat these 4 bars, but instead of the note B, play the note D for the first 3 bars. Repeat it again with the notes F sharp and A. For the last 4 bars, play the note B this time an octave higher for 2 bars, then a C sharp for the 3rd bar and D for the last bar, ending on an E. So, there you have it. This is how you play Peacetime Resistance by the Kings of Convenience. I really hope you liked this lesson. If you did, like the video and consider subscribing to the channel. I'm working as much as I can on putting out more videos and tutorials like this. I'm just doing this on the side and doing everything on my own, all the editing and stuff, and I'm not really skilled in all the video editing, so it takes some time for me to do it, but I still hope you enjoy this, and I see you next time.